Hi everybody. Stayed home from school today. Had some time alone. Thought I would tell my coming out story. I was raised originally in Kansas. Named Bryce, 16. I was sitting at home one day, and for some odd reason, I really don't know why, I just got an urge that I needed to tell my mother. Um, I opened my door to my room and yelled for my mother to come into my room. She came in, sat down on my bed, and I told her I had something to tell her. And instantly, I was so scared I started crying. And then I just kind of blurted it out, and I was shaking really bad. Um, I told my mother that I was gay. Actually, I told her I was bi because I was scared to let her know the full truth. Um, she immediately started asking me how I knew and telling me I thought I was confused and pretty much telling me I'm a liar and questioning me. Um, then she left my room telling me she needed a moment to grab all this and went out to the porch and started crying. I asked her not to tell my brother or my stepdad yet because I wasn't comfortable with them knowing yet. And even though I asked her not to, she believes she took it into her own power to tell them somebody else's business. Um, while I was crying in there and she was crying, I texted my father and told him, and immediately he texts back, freaking out, saying, "You better be kidding, you're going to screw up your life. Nobody will ever accept you, especially your family. So quit playing this stupid ass game." Um, that hurt more than anything. I always grew up with my father being my best friend, and when he didn't accept, it tore me up. It killed me inside. I don't know. He tries to ignore it. That's how we get along. But he thinks about it. We get into big arguments and fights. Um, I told my sister right after I told my parents. Well, both my sisters, because the day I told my mother, my sister came home about 20 minutes after I told my mom, and saw she was crying, came in my room and asked what happened. And I told her, and she immediately said, "You're my brother, I love you, but I don't accept." I understood she didn't accept because there's a lot of people that don't, even if they believe that they really do. But people have to realize it's both natural and choice. It's natural to have feelings for these kind of people. It's natural. You can't control who you love. You can't control who you're attracted to, but you control how your attitude is about it. I know people have had stressful lives. I've had a very stressful life coming out. So people, make sure you are ready to come out. Make sure you're making the right choices. It's hard, very hard. Um, I also told my other sister, and she had a very positive reaction to it because of the situation, which I can't let my sister get this out. But she's happy with it. Um, I have a best friend, nobody I'm allowed to mention, but very odd circumstances to where this person fully accepted to the fullest extent, and that made me happy because he was really the only person I have to help me through this situation. I don't know what I would do without him today. Coming out is the hardest thing I've ever had to do, by far. And if anybody ever needs any help with the situation, needs any help coming out, any advice, send me a comment on here, and I will get you my email. We can try to talk. But in conclusion about all my coming out story, my mother doesn't accept, she just doesn't push it in my face. My father treats me like dirt because of it, but yet I have to live with my father because the school I went to last was full of rednecks and people who didn't accept and constantly wanted to fight me about it and wanted to hurt me. So I left and went to Marion. And now that I'm here, there's some people that don't accept, of course, but in general, everybody's comfortable with it. I came out here, which it got out by accident at Blackford because of Facebook. I liked somebody on there, and that was kind of my motivation. But uh, it's hard. I'm dating somebody right now. I've been for a long time. Well, not a long time, a couple months now. Really happy with him. We get along great. For a while there, I was considered to be straight. I hate it, and don't try to hide it, people. If you're gay and you know it, you just don't want to come out yet, stay away from girls in relationships completely. Don't try and hide it because it takes more out of you to try and hide what you're not. There's two sayings I live by. First of all, it's better to be loved for who you truly are. Wrong. Admit it. It's better to be hated for who you truly are than be loved for something you're not. And the second one is, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. Which, if you haven't figured that one out, that means you keep stressing all the bad problems in life and thinking about them, you're always going to have that stress. Find that positive influence in your life and follow through with it. I want to tell this story because I kind of want people, even people close to me that watch this, to get some sort of feeling of how this has influenced me. People call me selfish for coming out, especially my family, but it's not selfish. I was to the point where, I'm ashamed to say it, but I was to the point where I almost ended it. I almost committed suicide multiple times. I had to get the guts and find the strength to tell people, because if I didn't, I don't know where I would be. I never really have ever accepted God into my life, never accepted those type of things, which scares me. I still have yet to figure out what career path I want to take, and I'm getting close to having to choose. Me and my best friend have plans, which I hope to follow through with, but things do take a change. Just want to thank everybody who's ever accepted me. I also want to thank the people who haven't. Some of you are trying to think you're helping me, which I appreciate. You have to realize it's my choice. It's my life. So, thanks people for watching. Take care. Post me a comment if you need to know. Later.